How are you doing today, my lovely viewers? I got Mini Za over there, and today we're going to talk about our pitch for Season 2 of Marvel Rivals, my wish list for characters, maps. If you're anything like me, you've been playing some Marvel Rivals every single day, and at the time of recording this game has been out for over a month now. And honestly, everyone thought it would have died down, Overwatch clone, Overwatch this, and you know how that goes, but this game is still kicking strong. And if you're anything like me, you're already thinking about the next potential characters they could add to the game. I've seen some of the leaks. I don't even think those leaks are real. I think it's just people making up like different concepts of characters they would want added. So I figured I would do my own. So let's get right into it. I love me some X-Men. So for Season 2, I would love the X-Men to, appear. Season 1 took the opportunity to add the Fantastic Four. As of recording this, we do have Reed Richards and Sue Storm out. Lovely characters. I love the way their movesets are. Me personally, I'm a Reed Richards hater. But after this game, I might be changing my ways. His moveset reminds me of Luffy. I love me some One Piece. His abilities, Gear 4 references. I love it all. And even Sue Storm, she does give me a bit of anime vibes, where she can push you and pull you. It reminds me of Pain from Naruto. Their abilities are perfect. I can't wait for the Thing and the Human Torch to come out. Let's get into my Season 2 pitch, my wish list. Characters I would want added to the game. Let's first start off by saying this will be an X-Men themed season. So I want to see, for the map design, I want to at least see the X-Men mansion incorporated in some way. The X-Men mansion is really big. You got a lot of space. You can use the danger room. You can use like the classrooms. You can use various different places. And with this, I want to incorporate it into the storyline of Marvel Rivals. So I would like it to be a destroyed version of the X-Men mansion. So it can be like very destroyed, where like things went haywire. Maybe like an explosion went off, like it happens all the time in the movies. It could just be in ruins, and like maybe it can also connect to like other key points in like the map. I'm not sure. I'm gonna leave it up to them for that one, and I'll leave it up to you in the comments for you to brainstorm some ideas for the map. For a second map they could do, they've been talking a lot about Krakoa inside the game dialogue, so maybe we can also get a second map where we go to Krakoa as well. I think that'd be amazing. If not, I would love to see Genosha, the place where, Magneto rode over, and like in every iteration they tend to fuck it up because they never let Magneto have anything to himself. They be hating on my boy Magneto. Truthfully, I don't think he's a villain, he's a hero. Anyways, let's get right into the characters. My first pick, I mean, y'all see the profile picture. I would love to see Cyclops added to the game. Now when I talk about these characters, I won't go into full detail about their abilities, but you do know this game was heavily inspired by Overwatch, and they took a lot of the abilities from Overwatch and kind of formed them into their own with their characters. More than one character has at least like 2 different Overwatch character abilities. One I could think of off top is maybe Star-Lord, where like he pops his ultimate. It's very similar to Soldier 76 Ultimate, but his moveset reminds me of a Tracer who can fly. Very amazing. I would love to see something like that in characters like Cyclops, where they have characters from Overwatch like Symmetra, where she has her beam, and the more you put the beam on somebody, it does damage. I would love to see a moveset where his heat vision, the closer you are to your opponent, the more damage it does for his base primary fire. But from a distance it doesn't do too much damage, so it would incentivize you to get closer to deal more damage. And the more damage you do while up close, in 3 to 5 seconds of consecutive damage from his laser, if he keeps it on you, maybe it provides knockback and the beam gets stronger and pushes you back, and then it resets back over. But for his other abilities, for his second primary fire, I would love to see some like regular eye beams being shot out, like regular blasts, kind of similar to Symmetra's primary fire, where she shoots like this ball projectile. Maybe it could shoot some like beam projectiles at you from a distance, and like his primary could be that laser like we just talked about. For Cyclops' ultimate ability, I would love to see him take off his visor and just let him have it. You feel me? I don't know if y'all seen X-Men 97. A lot of the times Cyclops is holding back, but when he takes off that visor and he lets that villain have it, he will blast him back. I would love to see something like that in the game for his ultimate, where it does a ton of damage, a ton of knockback. I would love for Cyclops to be a DPS. Now, our next pick, I would love to see Jean Gray come to the game. She's a very strong telepath, Omega level mutant. She also has the Phoenix Force inside of her. I would love to see inside her ultimate where she transforms into the Phoenix Force. Maybe a huge Phoenix appears behind her, and any ally in like the proximity, they get like a damage boost, and like it provides healing as well. Because in the comics, she did also give the characters the power of the Phoenix. When they're in that proximity, the Phoenix Force lingers on her teammates and allies for a short period of time, giving them like healing over time and damage boost over time, and it decreases along with the aura over the character. I think that would be pretty cool, pretty amazing. As for her regular abilities, it would kind of be a little bit similar to Sue Storm, where, you know, she does have a push and pull. I want to like make things a little different for these characters, even though they do have similar abilities to each other in Marvel. So maybe she can like either throw a character up in the air, or she can throw out like a psychic blast on the ground, and it stuns, you know, the opponents in that area for a little moment. I think that'd be pretty cool. As for her primary fire, she can use some psychic blast. It's really hard to incorporate characters with like telekinesis in games like this, but I know Marvel Rivals devs, they're really good at doing what they do. They made Sue Storm work, they made Mr. Fantastic work, and I know they can make Jean Grey work. And then for the second half of the season, I would love to see Emma Frost. Now, Emma Frost doesn't get a lot of love in modern media. Even when she does appear, she doesn't have no main role. Now, growing up, I was introduced to Emma Frost from Wolverine and the X-Men, and in that iteration of her, I think she was a part of the Hellfire Club, and she was recruited by Wolverine to find Professor X and I think Jean Grey. And in that show, she does showcase some pretty strong abilities. Like I said with Jean Grey, with her primary fire, she does also use telekinesis. But a caveat to her, she does have her diamond form. And inside this diamond form, it makes her extremely stronger. So if that being said, I would love to see Emma Frost as a tank character inside the game. We don't have a lot of tanks, we don't have a lot of supports, and with season 1 onwards, I would love to see at least one support, one DPS, and one tank role in every character in every season. But let's get into our fourth pick. Now, we do have Magneto and we do have Loki, but I would love to see some more villains inside the game. My first pick will be Sabertooth. He's also an X-Men type character. He's a mutant. He does clash with Wolverine a lot, and this is Wolverine's rival, his brother, a menace. Wolverine does not like this guy. They do not get along in the slightest. They're always going back and forth. Sabertooth and Wolverine, they have a generational beef that will span for eons. It's always on sight. They can smell each other. They're very similar to each other. I would love to see Sabertooth be a tank as well, just like Emma Frost. Now, with his abilities, oh my god, you gotta make him climb on walls. You gotta make him feral. I think it's only fair if you give him a run ability, kind of similar to like Black Widow and Captain America, where he can like run on all fours and get to point A to point B. Because if you think about it, he is a feral animal. He is primal. He's very vicious, and he likes to be up close. He doesn't use long range projectiles. He likes to be in your face doing damage. Kind of similar to Black Panther. He can have a dash attack where he can slash through you and dash from one of his abilities. His primary can be him scratching you like Black Panther. He also does have his run ability. And maybe another ability could be he could lunge into the crowd, kind of similar to how Captain America can, like, you know, slam down on the ground. Maybe Sabertooth can slam down on the ground and push people back, you know, away from his allies. Say if you got Psylocke or if you have Black Panther on your backline antagonizing your supports, you can jump back there, slam down on the ground, pushing back from your supports to keep the supports safe. From my knowledge, we don't have too many brawler tanks. We do got Venom, but I think Sabertooth would be a neat inclusion. And on top of that, I don't think we have any tanks other than Venom that can like climb on walls. So let's make Sabertooth climb on walls, with that being said. So if you do love this game just like me, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Show some love to the channel. I have plenty more Marvel Rivals videos to come, so make sure you tune in. This is my pitch for season 2. If you would like to share your pitch ideas with me, share them down below in the comments. Let me know what you would like to add inside season 2. Let me know how you would like to change the abilities I said of these X-Men characters, or if you would like to do a different theme season with maybe like more Avengers or other characters. Let me know down below in the comments. Peace out, and thank you for watching.